Hello and welcome to The Nation's Pulse, where we break down the stories that shape our lives, stir our thoughts and spark national conversations.
Yes, indeed. Every week, we'll bring you sharp insights, bold perspectives and thoughtful dialogue on the pressing matters affecting our nation, from the corridors of power to the streets of everyday Nigerians.
A brewing labor war, our first topic today is a fierce showdown between the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers and the Dangote Group, which escalated dangerously during the week. Both parties came close to shutting down petroleum distribution across Nigeria. New Peng alleges that Dangote introduced recruitment contracts barring new drivers, particularly those working with the CNG-powered fleet, from joining trade unions. Although the union suspended its planned strike after government intervention, the truce remains fragile. Does a private organization like Dangote really have the legal power to stop its employees from joining any union?
Number one, the first thing to point is Dangote is a private individual and that makes him a capitalist. And the number one manifesto for every capitalist is to maximize profits. His drivers are part of a union. They could wake up one morning and call for strike. And that will affect not just his business, it will affect distribution and all of that. So for a capitalist, that is a no-no. And someone who owns his business, he has the right to tell his workers what to do and what not to do. But now when you look at it the other way, he'll be taking his employees centuries back to when we had the bourgeoisies and the proletariats.
Now on to the next topic, we have Qatar restricts Nigerian travelers. Our second story takes us to immigration. Qatar's Ministry of Interior has tightened its visa rules for Nigerians, citing overstay and compliance issues. The new regulations specifically target single male applicants who are now largely barred from tourist or transit visas unless traveling with family or as part of a group. Travelers must also show proof of 5-star hotel bookings and return transfers. Interestingly, these developments mirror similar crackdowns in the UAE and Nigeria, suggesting a broader regional shift towards stricter immigration controls. Now, why do Nigerians have such a reputation for violating rules abroad, and how can this image be changed?
Nigerians are basically singled out every time, everywhere.
That's true.
I think one point there is we have a weak diplomatic relationship. Like, if you see, we ourselves, we don't even promote ourselves well. We speak bad of ourselves, we speak bad of our government, everything. So it makes it very easy for people to just speak on us, because if you're picked on, of course, there's nobody to speak for you.
Of course.
You're just there. Otherwise, I don't see any reason why a single man is not allowed to fly into a country.
It's very specific.
They are very specific about that.
Yeah. So. All right, on to the next, we have FG delays controversial fuel surcharge. Relief or postpone pain. On the economic front, the federal government has postponed the rollout of a contentious 5% fuel surcharge, initially part of a broader tax reform plan, to January 2026. Finance Minister Wale Edun explained that although the levy systems from 2007 law, its inclusion in the new Tax Act raised public concern at a time of severe economic strain. The delay, he argued, is meant to cushion Nigerians already grappling with rising living costs. How much more can the Tinubu administration realistically tax Nigerians without breaking the economy?
The new tax law is, like they said, has always been on ground, right from 2007.
Yes.
But the reason why it wasn't there for everybody to see was because of the subsidy. And now, since subsidy is gone, as declared by Mr. President, it is just realistic for Nigerians to pay. You know? The payment, according to them, is going to help in cushioning our bad roads, help in fixing them, schools, hospitals, and all of that. If the money goes to where it is expected to go, I do not think there's anything wrong with
the 5% tax.
The 5% tax, yes.
All right. Now, moving on the international scene, the Middle East was rocked when Israel launched an unprecedented airstrike in Doha, Qatar. The target was senior Hamas leader reportedly meeting to consider a ceasefire proposal. The strike killed 6 people, including a Qatari security officer and the son of a Hamas commander. Though Israel justified it as a precision strike against terrorism, Qatar has condemned it as a violation of its sovereignty. Global powers, including Russia, the UK, and the US, have expressed concern that this move could destabilize fragile peace efforts. Now, the question is, will this latest Israeli strike increase or decrease the already heightened tension in the Middle East?
I think Israeli Prime Minister has been listening to Malam El-Rufai lately. He stated that the only terrorist that is repentant is a dead one. Since these people are considering a ceasefire, Mr. Benjamin was not so comfortable with it. So he had to strike first to end the war once and for all. If you look at it the other way, it's really affecting sovereignty. You don't leave your country to start a fight in another man's country. Yes. And especially they are sitting, okay, we want to have a peace talk. Even if you must continue your war, at least it shouldn't be in another man's stuff. You get? So that is a no-no for me.
All right, now finally in sports, Nigeria's hopes of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup dimmed after a hard-fought 1-1 draw with South Africa in a CAF qualifying clash. Despite Calvin Bassey's equalizer, the Super Eagles trailed badly in their group with only slim chances left to secure a spot at the final. They must now win their remaining games and hope South Africa falters. Now, does Nigeria still have a realistic chance of making it to the World Cup, or is the dream over?
Hope springs eternal. We still have hope on this. And of course, the game is not over until the fat lady sings, until the final whistle, until the last game Nigeria is still hopeful. So I believe that we really need to be in the World Cup. Even FIFA themselves, the last World Cup, they were not so happy that Nigerians didn't make it there because we bring anywhere we go, we bring life,
energy, everything.
So they really want us there, and our players too. They really need to be there. Osimhen has never played in the World Cup before. Ademola Lookman has never played in the World Cup before, and they're aging. If they don't play in this World Cup, they might never get the opportunity to play in their glowing career. That might just be the end for them.
Yeah, no, definitely. As we wrap up today's discussion, one thing is clear. Whether it's labor disputes at home, immigration hurdles abroad, economic policies that touch every pocket, or global conflicts shaking the Middle East, the ripple effects reach all of us. And in sports, even football reminds us of the thin line between hope and heartbreak. Join us next time, and until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep your finger on the nation's pulse.